Hello friends, and welcome to week 3, lesson 3. Today will be all about lighting, and we're going to talk about natural lighting. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming lessons. I will also have some printables on my website that I will link below. So obviously natural lighting is going to be light that comes from the sun. So right now I'm in what's called indirect lighting. It's nice and soft. I'm in the shade, so I don't have that direct sun contact on any of me. But now I'm in direct sunlight. It's super bright. It's making me squint. If you're ever taking pictures of people, don't ever make them look into the light. Not only will they hate it, but they won't turn out nice because you'll be squinting and there'll be shadows on their face. Don't do it. Now, in indirect light, you can see if I'm in the shade and I'm taking a photo, I'm going to be dark and my background is going to be blown out. Now, facing this way, I'm going to be not only in the shade, not squinting, but the rest of my background is also in good color, good lighting, because it's in the shade also. So that's something to keep in mind when taking your photos. So our exercise for the lighting lesson is going to be to take your first portrait. So you need someone to help you out and be your model, and you need to work on using indirect light to take the photo. And another tip about using indirect light, when you're using indirect light and you're looking for shade, a lot of times if you're using the shade from a tree, you're gonna find what's called scattered light. So I'm in the shade, but you're gonna find that you're going to get the shadow to be inconsistent. There's going to be shady spots and bright spots on my face. So the best way to avoid that is to look at the ground. Where the greatest part of the shadow is where you want to put your subject. Do your best to avoid scattered light. We were originally going to shoot these photos inside their house with the light coming in from the window. But even just a few feet into the house, it got a lot darker. So what we did was we taped our background, our plain white paper, up on the wall in front of the door, and we used that to take the photos, and it was perfect. So your camera is, you have your 50mm lens. So your aperture is going to be at the lowest, which is the 1.8.
Okay.
And that 1.8 is going to give you a lot of light coming in because it's a wide open aperture. And then your ISO is how you're going to change the brightness of your photo. So we just took the shot with the 1600. We saw it was a little bit bright, but it got rid of the shadow underneath her neck.
Right.
So we'll do another shot with the 800. And so you have your focus point in the very center. That little dot should be right on her eye.
Okay.
And go right,
like between her eyes.
Actually on the eye.
Okay, just pick an eye.
And because it can focus easier on like eyelashes where there's detail than like right here where it's smooth and there's not really something to focus on. But be literally like get down to where you're looking into her eye like this. That's great. I love that. And because it's blurring out the background, that little crease we have in the paper isn't even showing up.
Yep.
Be sure to follow me on Instagram at capture.create.explore and use hashtag CCEworkshop to post your photos. If you have any questions at all, please post them in the comments so I can get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks, friends.